Greetings. This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. So apparently, a lot of people are upset that the new Little Mermaid movie will be starring a black actress as the Little Mermaid. It's kind of funny how people will find anything to complain about. But that's not the point of this video, because we know humans will be humans, especially dead ones. Really, there's no concern to be upset about what dead people do, because they're going to do what they do. But the thing for us to be concerned with is the fact that there is a lot of energy being generated that can be used by the practicing occultist. Now, in the movie The Matrix, Morpheus presented Neo with the reality that the machine turns people into batteries. Now, that didn't mean literally people were being turned into batteries. What was going on was that the machine was using the people's energy to fuel itself. Likewise, that concept is symbolic to what actually goes on in the world. See, in a lot of my videos, I talk about controlling your emotions, right? Using your emotions as a tool, as opposed to letting your emotions control you. Well, the thing is, emotions are energy, and energy fuels magic, because reality is vibration. And everything that we do has a vibrational frequency. For example, if you are focused on running a business, right, you surround yourself with, say, inspirational quotes and motivational posters, and you study business, you study entrepreneurship, you put yourself in the energetic frequency and the mindset of a business person, right? If you want to be great at basketball, you practice every day, right? You surround yourself with images, with talks, with music, all types of things to get you in the zone and the frequency and the energetic pattern of being a great basketball player. So, as a practicing occultist, what we do is, when we're trying to access a certain result, we tap into the energetic frequency of the result, and we reside there, right? We pull that energy into ourselves and push it towards our specific goal. So here's the thing. When a person is not doing this intentionally, and their emotions are just going here and there, right, being pushed and pulled by everything that happens in the media, that is free energy to be used. You see, this is why sensational things are presented in the news, to keep people in a state of giving away their energy, right? See, the news stopped being news a long time ago. The news is kind of like feed for the cattle, right? Because every time I hear about something on the news, it's usually something that gets people emotional, that gets people upset, angry, sad, whatever. If you're not using those emotions, that emotion, that energy is up for grabs, essentially. But see, as those of us who practice magic, we understand that that energy that's up for grabs can be accessed by someone who knows what they're doing. I would advise you to check out my video on mental transmutation for a good explanation on how to access energy and transform it, to convert it into something usable. The link is in the bio, of course. But essentially what I wanted to talk about was, so I saw a lot of posts on Facebook about people getting upset. You know, there's even this Facebook group called Christians Against the Black Little Mermaid or some shit like that. And there's all these racial jokes and stereotypes and all this negativity, right? people literally upset, angry about the fact that the Little Mermaid is black. You know? Well, I will say this. Even though the original Hans Christian Andersen story in 1837 or whatever was a European tale, you got to understand, like everything else, especially everything spiritual and occult and magical, this thing started in Africa. Okay? There's a direct correlation to the legend of any mermaid to the original goddess called Yemeya, right? Yemeya, the mother of all the Orishas, right? One of the original goddesses in the Yoruba tradition. Okay? Yemeya was the original mermaid, the original goddess of the sea, goddess of magic, right? And specifically the goddess of African people. You'll see her influence even up to today, right, with the Starbucks logo, which is actually a mermaid with two tails, right, and she's holding one up in each hand with her legs spread, but the logo kind of cuts off at the waist or at the chest, so you don't see the bottom half. But that's Yemeya. The point of this post is, I would advise you to not fall into the trap of letting your energy be used and getting upset about this whole thing and complaining and bickering with the people on Facebook. What I would recommend you do is you capture this energy and you convert it and use it for your own rituals. Okay, now how would you do that? First off, I would say you would take the closest physical action that you can and find those Facebook posts if you see them and give it a like, give it a thumbs up, give it a heart, right? Do whatever you can to agree with it. I mean, you don't have to comment and say that you agree, but here's what I'm saying. Like that post. Then I want you to set up an altar, okay? If you already have one that you use to work with different deities or whatever, do what you got to do. But what we're doing now is creating something to capture that energy, right? Create a symbol for yourself so that you know that you're capturing the energy. By linking the post, you're making a link in your subconscious mind. Anyways, you can easily look up on Google to see all the attributes and correspondences of Yemeya, and it would be things relating to the sea, like seashells, images of fish, images of mermaids. You can actually get little mermaid toys and iconography. It doesn't have to be the new one, but it would make an even stronger link if it was the new one. You could even use a Starbucks cup or a Starbucks logo. A cup is the symbol of the magical weapon of water, so that would work. But the point is, you want to get your altar with corresponding items to the goddess Yemeya, right? And you want to do a ritual getting into contact with her, right? And what you want to do is basically, in your path working session, in your ritual session, you want to capture all of this negative, angry, frustrated energy, and you want to transmute it into something for your benefit and offer it up to her. Okay? Now, there's actually different attributes of Yemeya, right? Because she's such an ancient goddess, she has different versions, different flavors, if you will. Primarily because she is a deity of the sea and the ocean. She represents the subconscious mind, also deals a lot with emotions and healing, and also abundance, right? Because the sea represents abundance, which means prosperity and wealth and that type of thing. But essentially, like I said, you can look up on Google and easily find a lot of her correspondences. She corresponds with the crescent moon. Her day is Saturday. Her number is 7. And actually, there are a few specific ones that I picked out that could help you. If you want to use this energy in an aggressive way, like in an attack, what you can do is take all that negative energy, all that angry energy as it is, and straight up offer it to Yemeya. There's two versions of her that are actually pretty aggressive. One is called Yemeya Okoto, right? And she's more of a predatory type of spirit, maybe even vampiric. Okay. She really is a patron of like pirates and any predatory sea creature like sharks. She's even depicted with a crown of a shark's jawbone, which is pretty cool. So you can use that version of Yemeya. And if you need something that's even more aggressive, you can go with Yemeya Ibu Agana. All right, and this is more of a wrathful version of Yemeya, an avenger, an attacker. So if you really wanted to convert that energy and turn it back on the people who are, sending you that negative energy, you can use this version of Yemeya to do so. If you're more concerned with the healing properties of water, the healing properties of the goddess, you can channel the energy and offer it up to Yemeya Ashagba. Okay, she's great with healing. And Yemeya in general is also a patron of domestic peace. So if you are dealing with domestic violence or, that type of thing in your home, Yemeya is great for helping settle that. Okay. Also, Yemeya deals with wealth and prosperity. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you actually are starting a business or trying to start a business and you need help with your income, with generating more leads and that type of thing, you want to look at Yemeya Ibu Aro. Okay, she is over merchants and like the ships that would trade different goods over the sea, right? The different pathways and things like that. That's what she rules over. So you can use her for that. Another aspect of Yemeya is called Yemeya Ataremawa, all right, and she deals with treasure, like how in the Little Mermaid movie where there was this whole little cave that she had all these different treasures and trinkets and jewels and stuff. This version of Yemeya is great for bringing different treasures and prosperity into your life that way. Likewise, another Palo type entity that is associated with this type of thing is called Madre de Agua. All right, you can also tap into her. Right, you don't necessarily have to use Yemeya. You can use this entity as well because she's also connected with the sea and the abundance of the sea. Now, as we know, I deal primarily with the Goetia, and there actually is a Goetic entity that deals with this as well. This is number 42, Vepar. Okay, and this is actually one of the first entities that I attempted to work with in my early days when I was working with the Clip-Off a few years ago. But Vepar would be very close to Yemeya Okoto or Yemeya Ibu Agana because Vepar is mostly a type of Goetic daemon that you'd want to use to attack someone else. Okay, so like the other ocean entities, Vepar can also deal with wealth and abundance and healing, depending on how you want to use the energy. Okay, when you look at a list of attributes or a list of powers that a certain Goetic entity has, it's not limited to those powers. Those are just some of the powers that it's good with. If you really want to dig deeper, you'll find specific things that a Goetic spirit can do for you. So the books that you read that list the attributes of a Goetic spirit, they're kind of a guideline, but it's not an end-all, be-all. That's where a lot of experimentation comes in. But anyways, the main takeaway from this video is a lot of people are pissed off that the Little Mermaid is black. That's wonderful. Instead of joining in the fight, joining in the battle, and trying to prove other people wrong or prove your stance on the issue, instead of doing that, just smile and siphon that energy vampire style and convert it and use it to bring your reality to pass. This is free energy, people, free fuel. And likewise in the future, anytime something sensational happens in the media, instead of joining in like a human, you can act in your higher self and siphon that energy and use it. Use it for your goals. It's free energy, right? So light you a candle, pick an entity, Sit down, you know what I'm saying? Channel that energy and use it. Use it, because these people are just giving it away. On a side note, I've had a patch here of a black mermaid in my kitchen for years, right? Before I even heard about this whole thing. So I thought that was pretty cool. My ex actually makes these. So if you are interested in getting one, hit me up in an email. I'll connect you to her. But yeah, join the Magus Society if you are looking for a networking community of like-minded occultists. It's a free group on Facebook. Of course, the link is in the bio. And number 2, if you're interested in studying with me, I've put together the Magus Academy, where we're going through different occult books, chapter by chapter, doing a breakdown, and every week we get together and we talk about what's going on in the book. So, this is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. As always, peace. It's really simple. Like I said, view the video that I made on mental transmutation. But as an example, what you would do is you'd have your table set up with your candle and a sigil of Vepar with seashells, images of mermaids, different things that are associated with the ocean. Or you can have a picture of Yemeya. Whichever entity you choose to work with, whichever entity you feel more drawn to, just make sure that it's a mermaid type of entity. Make sure that it's one associated with the ocean and mermaids. Now, what you would do is you'd have your intent thought out first. Whether this is to bring in abundance into your life, whether this is to bring an attack to an enemy, whether this is to bring healing to your body or healing to a turbulent home. Figure out what it is that you want. Now, have that solid and firm in your mind before you even start the ritual. The intent, the outcome. Okay. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Just know that is where you want to be. That is the frequency that you're aiming for. Okay. Keep that in mind. Now, I want you to go back and look at those Facebook comments or the backlash. Find the most disturbing ones you can. Find the most racist, the most angry, the most hurtful. It's better if you actually do feel an emotional sting. But if you're like me and you really don't care, read them. Try to feel their anger, right? Put yourself in the shoes of these angry people who are so upset at the Black Little Mermaid. Feel their rage. Feel their hurt. Don't try to understand why. Just feel what they're feeling. Envision them, whatever they look like, and envision yourself sucking the energy out of them. Whether you want to use an astral tube, whether you want to make yourself into a vampire and you physically go and take the energy from them. Visualize in your mind with your creativity the process of draining them of that angry, negative energy, right? Pull it all in and form it into a type of an energetic ball. Fill it up as thick and as densely packed as you can. If you don't get enough, keep searching on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and fill up your bubble full of their full of their hate. Okay. Third world problems, man. Anyways, once you've got this bubble filled up, connect with the entity. If you're using Vepar, chant her in. If you're connecting with Yemeya, maybe play some music for her, or do some path working where you walk out into the beach and you make it into the ocean. and you're communicating with her. It might help if you have a glass of salt water on your altar. All right, if you're not near the ocean, just get you some water and put some salt in it and mix it up. It's all about the symbols here. It doesn't have to actually be the thing. It's about the symbology. Once you make your connection with the entity, I recommend staring into the candle, chanting the N, focusing on the image, envisioning yourself out on the beach, connecting with this entity in your astral meeting place. Feel your intent. Now take that bubble full of hate and offer it to the entity. You're taking the energy from these people that they've willingly given up, and you're offering it to her, the entity, Yemeya, or Vepar, or Madre de Agua. And you transmute that energy into your intent. Convert all that hate into your prosperity. Convert the hate energy. See it transforming into your abundance, into your money, right? See it transforming into the stuff that you're going to get, into the lifestyle that you're going to live. See it transforming into the healing that you need, right? Feel the joy and the excitement that you're going to feel in the future when this actually happens. Feel it now. Feel it happening now. This is how you convert that energy. So you take all that hate and you change that emotion forcibly with your will. Change it into your wealth. Change it into how you're going to feel when you see your enemy defeated. Change it with your imagination. Know that this entity is going to bring this to pass. Know that Vepar is going to bring it to pass. Know that Yemeya is going to bring it to pass. Know that Madre de Agua is going to bring it to pass. Whoever you choose. Same ritual. Thank them. If you want to hang out with the entity and let her channel information to you, do so. If you want to just wrap it up, wham bam, thank you man, and go on about your business, do so. I prefer to hang out a little bit longer. Pillow talk. After ritual cuddles, if you will. This is a basic example of how you would do it. Please use your imagination. Do what feels right for you. Thank the entity and watch her go back into the ocean. You leave knowing that this ritual is working, knowing that you're going to get whatever it is that you have intended to get. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Don't focus on that. Focus on the fact that it is going to happen. Once you open your eyes and blow out the candles, go do something human. Go play a video game. Go masturbate. Go cook you a good meal. Listen to some music. Take a run. Do something human to forget about this experience. Don't think about it. Go do something else. Take a note. Watch it come to pass. This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. Peace.